In this video I'm going to discuss 5 photography challenges that may well improve your landscape photography. Hi guys, welcome to another video, and the first challenge for today is going to be shooting your digital camera like film. Now if you've watched some of my previous videos you know that I'm a great fan of actually shooting with film cameras. But I think one of the main benefits of actually shooting film is the fact that the amount of exposures you can take is limited. So basically, you can either take 24 or 36 photos depending on the length of film you've chose. So what I'm going to do is suggest to you that you try doing exactly the same with digital. So go out for a day, but in your mind say, I'm either going to take 24 or 36 photos. Now to give you a bit more of that film experience, I'm also going to say, if you've got a flip out screen, flip it round and close it off, or alternatively, if you're using a DSLR or a camera that doesn't have a flip out screen, just make sure you don't actually ever review your photos after you take them. So sort of get yourself that film experience. 24, 36 photos and no reviewing of the shots after you've taken them. And that way you're only going to know when you get home if you've got it right. Now of course the downside of this is you can't check the histogram or anything. But you know, if you're shooting film you can't check a histogram because there isn't a histogram on your camera. So what you need to do is really think about your exposures as well and try and get everything as close in camera as possible. Now also you're going to have to really think about your compositions because you've only got 24, 36 shots. So you can't fly willy-nilly hoping that you actually manage to nail one composition. You have to really consider every single frame that you take. Now if you're only shooting a small time scale, this isn't such a bad thing, but if you're out for the whole day, 24 or 36 photos is not much at all. So my next photography challenge is to try shooting at a fixed focal length. Now I've taken the easy approach here and I've just put a 50mm 1.8 prime on my lens. Now I struggle with 50mm. It's a focal length that I don't see very naturally, so I have to really work at it, and I've tried this exercise a few times with a 50mm lens or a 50mm equivalent. But if you don't own a prime lens, an inexpensive way of doing this is just get your standard kit lens and to set it to the equivalent to what 50mm would be in full frame terms. So if you're using an APS-C, that would be 35mm roughly. Using a micro four thirds, it'd be roughly around 25mm. And then take it from there. Now, if you're comfortable with 50mm, push yourself the other way, you know, set it to the equivalent of a 35mm or even 85mm. Just experiment, but just go out for the whole day and just shoot that one focal length. And that way you'll get to really know it. And also the restriction of only having one focal length means you have to work that little bit harder to get a photo. Yet again, thinking about your compositions more and more. And really, the point of these first 2 challenges has just been just that, to make you think about your compositions. So on the first 2 challenges, we've basically been thinking more about the composition and making you sort of have the restrictions of either how many shots you can take or what focal length you can use. But this one, what we're going to do is actually restrict the amount of time you can do to take the shots. So what I'm going to suggest on this one is that we try photography over a timed time slot of either 15 minutes, 30 minutes or 60 minutes. Now that way you have to work quick because you've only got a certain amount of time to actually take these shots in. And you'll find in some situations, think breaking light, you're going to have to work really quick with it. So by doing this little exercise, what you do, you sort of speed up your reactions a little bit more, and it sort of gets your eye looking for new shots. And if nothing else, it can be really interesting and see what you can produce in a really tight time span. Now this is a challenge I've done in the past on a couple of videos on this channel, and they've normally been 60-minute slots, which is a nice amount of time to be quite productive. And sometimes only having an hour to take photos is all you have. Well, my next photography challenge is to photograph close to where you live. Now I'm a great fan of travel photography. I love travel as much as anybody else does. And there's something very exciting about visiting new locations, which then you can photograph with these fresh eyes. But the reality is you tend to ignore the places around you. So what I'm suggesting is draw a 5-mile radius around your house on a map and then look at locations around there that you can visit and try doing some photography there. Now today I've come to Seaton Sluice in South Northumberland. I live about 2 miles away from here. I have done for the last 20 years. I've never photographed it. So really that's something I need to rectify, and if nothing else it's a good challenge and a way again to get me thinking about new compositions. And my final challenge is going to be photographing less than ideal weather. Now I'm really guilty of this. If the weather's a bit drab, grey, raining, I tend to just stop at home. I can't see the point of picking my camera up and going out. But I know I'm missing shots. I know it's something I really need to try and sort out. Now you see, I need to do these challenges just as much as you do. So if nothing else, this is probably a challenge for me. So yeah, today's a bit wet and horrible, but I'm out and I'm going to see what I can do. And I suggest you do the same. Really, you've got nothing to lose. Most cameras nowadays are quite well waterproofed. If they're not, just put a plastic bag around it. It'll work fine. Just cut a hole out for your lens and just see what you can get. But you know, we're not necessarily talking just wet weather. We're talking sort of shooting in midday sun. Another time when I generally tend to avoid, I just go to golden hour. Midday sun, I stop inside. So really, just push your boundaries a bit. Just try shooting in the conditions that you wouldn't think are perfect for landscape photography. So that's my 5 ideas to challenge your photography. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to do all 5 of them. And basically I'm going to limit myself to 15 minutes shooting a 50mm 1.8 prime, exposures of 24, so I'm going to pretend I've got 24 roll of film. I'm shooting 2 miles away from home and the weather's pretty drab. So I'm going to switch it to the little Osmo Pocket to record it, and we're just going to go and see what we can do. Right, so I'm on my Osmo. I'm a bit nervous about this. Hey Siri, set timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, counting down.
Here we go. 1, 2. So I'm just having a march up to by the pub because I know there's a figure there that I want to photograph. 2 shots in. Three. Third shot, I've just realised that I've probably balls up the 2 shots down there. I was shooting at 1.8, bad aperture. I kind of have to make the decision of whether I retake them. I'm on 3 shots, that means I'll be down to 5 shots. That's bad, isn't it? Bad start. Shot over here. Oh, nice simple one. 4. Unfortunately, my lens has some rain on it. This is really, these conditions are horrible for me. But you know, it wouldn't be a challenge if it was easy, would it? I think I'll leave that in my pocket. 4 shots, 20 left. I haven't got a clue how long's left on the timer. Actually, there's a guy around here who makes sort of sculptures out of sea driftwood. That's the word I'm looking for, driftwood. I'm going to see if there's something there to photograph. 4 shots in. So that's 5. Don't know if that was any good. Seriously, I have my doubts. Apologies if this video's footage is all over the place. I'm concentrating on photos. There's a guy coming around on a paddleboard and I really want to get him in the centre of this shot. I'm not really sure if you can see him. Quite like the shot actually. 6. Six shots, so what's that, 18 left? Why on earth I didn't choose a 36 roll of film, I don't know. I think I'll probably just go for a few boat details. The weather's pretty naff, to be honest. Really pushing me out of my comfort zone. Quite like this one. Oh, don't like the ratings though. Can I get it? That might do. Oh, I like the shot, don't like the person on it. What's that, 7? As I said earlier, I struggle with 50mm a bit. I think 35 is more my natural focal length, but that is life when you set yourself a crazy challenge like this. Okay, I've already lost count. I think I've got 16 left. To be honest, I don't think I'll finish this virtual roller film anyway, because I think I'll run out of time before. 15 left and it's properly raining. As opposed to unproperly raining. Apologies if the footage is terrible. I struggle a little bit with the pocket, to be honest. I feel like I've actually faffed on a bit too long down there. I'm not sure how much time is left. 15. Okay, quite like this boat. Oh, I don't know the one behind though, so I'm trying to get it as clean as possible. Actually, I might try and get a little bit of just the reflection of the other boat. 14 left. I've got my doubts about any of these shots because I'm doing it so quick. Obviously, I'm hindering myself by filming at the same time, but you know, it's the way it is. This is the way it is. All right, I'm going to do something a bit different. I am going to do a 1.8, I think. Oh. No, I'm not. I did quite like the idea. Oh, this may work better, actually. I don't know, I'm not convinced by this shot. Right, I believe that's 13 left. I'm not sure, I'm losing count. Which is annoying. Okay, another 1.8 I think. I think probably mono conversion this one perhaps. Perhaps not. I think that's 12 left. I might have to count how many shots I've taken in a minute when I get closer. Oh, now this is a nice little boat. Look at this one. But the lens focal length's just not working for me. I would really ideally like to isolate this battered boat there, but it's not going to happen, so 11 left. As you can see, I'm having to work ridiculously quick. So really I'm not paying much attention to the videoing. So sorry if you're looking at my nose. Anyway, time for another shot. Oh no, I do like this one. 10 left, I believe. I think when I hit about 3 left, I will check them. I was going to do this challenge yesterday, which was a nice, lovely, sunny day, but I thought, you know what, that's just like a bit too easy. Yeah. I think that's 9 left. I don't know how long's left for my timer. And really, I just want to get the other side of the bridge and then evaluate. No. No. there was a nice bit of graffiti there, and I'm a great fan of photographing graffiti, but maybe not today. Oh, right. You can probably hear that. That's it. That's the changeover, which I'm gutted about, because there were some shots I wanted to get down here. Damn. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do consider giving it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you again very soon for another one.